Our lesson is about multiplying polynomials. And today's memory verse is found in Genesis 22, verse 17. It says, I will surely bless you, and I will surely multiply your offspring as the stars of heaven, and as the sand that is on the seashore. And your offspring shall possess the gate of his enemies. At the end of this class, you'll be able to multiply polynomials. Now, let's have first this review. Remember, we have three kinds of polynomials. We have what we call monomial. A monomial has one term, like for example, 5x squared, only one term. Next, we have the binomial. If you say binomial, there are two terms, and a term is being divided by a plus or a minus sign. So for example, we have 5x squared plus 3x. This is a binomial, two terms, 1, 2. Or we can also have 5x squared minus 10. There are two terms, 1 and 2. Therefore, we call this a binomial. Next, we have a trinomial. A trinomial has three terms. Example, 5x squared plus 3x minus 10. We have 1, 2, 3, three terms. Therefore, we call it trinomial. And if there's more than three terms, we call it a multinomial. Now, let's have a very brief review on the loss of exponents. Now, remember, when we multiply exponents of the same base, we copy the base, then we add the exponents. So the answer is x to the 5th power. Or if we have 3x squared times negative 5x to the 7th, you multiply the numerical coefficients, like 3 times negative 5. That's negative 15. X squared times x to the 7th. We copy the base, then we add the exponents. So 2 plus 7, the answer is 9. Now, let's go back to our material. Now, there's a question. Is quantity A plus B squared the same as A squared plus B squared? Now, we'll have that one in our class today. Now, let's start. How do we multiply monomial and a monomial? So, I made here a box. For example, the first monomial is 3x. And the next monomial is, where's the other one? Is 2x. So how do we multiply that? 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared. Or another example, negative 3x squared y. This is our first. And the second is 2xy squared. Everything will be squared. So what's the answer? Let me first snip this one. Now here, let us work on each of the monomial. How will you do this? Okay, now let's start. If there are only two monomials, like one monomial and another monomial, then we need to draw a box. 2x2 grid. In the first grid, we will have our first number. For example, we have negative 3x squared y. In the other side is this one. But let us first expand this. Remember our law of exponent? 2xy squared, everything will square it. We will distribute the power of a power. So this becomes 2 squared, x squared, then y to the fourth. That will be our number here. 2 squared is 4. So let's write 4 x squared y to the fourth. Next, this will be our answer or the product. So let's multiply them one by one. Let us start with the numerical coefficients. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Next, for x, you need to add the exponents. Squared and squared. That's x to the fourth. The next one, for y, let's add the exponents. 1 plus 4, that is to the fifth power. Therefore, our answer for this one is negative 12, x to the fourth, y to the fifth. Do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, now let's go to the next one. What if we will find the product of a monomial, that's one term, by a polynomial, by many terms? How are we going to do it? For example, we'll find the product For example, we'll find the product of 2x and 3x plus 1. Here's my suggestion on how you do it. You need to draw a box. A box is better, is my way to explain this better. Since we only have 1 in the first factor, then just write here 2x. Next, this is your first factor. In the next one, we have 3x and 1. We need to write one box for each term. So for example, we have here 3x and the other is plus 1. Now, I assume that you know how to do multiplication tables, right? So we will multiply first. 2x times 3x, the answer will be here. 2 times 3 is 6. X times x is x squared. Next, this 2. 2x times 1 is 2x, that's positive. Therefore, the answer of this is 6x squared plus 2x. Now let's go to the next example. Now let's go to the next example. Now let's have example number 2. In the module, you can see I made an alternative, what's this? a procedure. Actually, there are two procedures on how to work on this. Let me show you the first one. Here's the first procedure. 3x squared times 5x squared minus x plus 9. The first is we do the distributive property. So 3x squared times 5x squared, that's 15x to the fourth. The next one, 3x squared minus x, that's positive times negative, it's negative. 3x cubed. Next, 3x squared times 9, positive times positive is positive. So you have 27x squared. This is our answer. Or here's another way to do it. We start by making a box. Let's have 3x squared here. And on the other side, on the top, for our other factors, we will have 5x squared minus x plus 9, like this one. Let's start by multiplying them. Ready? We have 3x squared times 5x squared. That's 15x to the fourth. Next, positive times negative, that's negative. 3, then x squared times x, that's x cubed. Then the last one, positive 27x squared. Now, let's have the next one. Let me first